Welcome viewers to Easy Learning tutorial class. What I have for you today is a question that says, given that log 8x minus 3 base x minus log 4 base x equals to 2, solve for x. Straight to solution. Let's go straight to the question solution. We remember that log of 8x minus 3 base x minus log 4 base x equals to 2 is the same thing as log of 8x minus 3 divided by 4 base x is equals to 2. Somebody will say how? How? Remember the law of logarithm. We said that the law of logarithm. We said that log of n base x divided by log of m base x is something as log of n divided by what? M base what? X, and is something as log of n x minus log m x. This was the law said. Okay, let me clean the place and make it clear to you. The law of logarithm. He said that log of n x divided by log m base x is something as log of n x minus log of m x, and this is something as log of n divided by m base x. You get me right? And that's what I'm trying to do here. That this man, subtraction in logarithm is division. That's what I mean. Subtraction in logarithm is what? Division. So since you have gotten it right, let's move ahead. That's how that's come about. Let's move ahead. And this is something, what I have here is something as 8x minus 3 divided by 4. That makes, okay? Let me put it the way you understand it proper. I have x raised to the power 2 is equals to 8x minus 3 all over 4. Somebody said how? Somebody will say how? What does it mean? You know that what logarithm says that a logarithm of a raised to the power x is equals to n. This is indices. Says a raised to the power x, if a raised to the power x is equals to, if a raised to the power x is equals to n, then from indices we can change over to what? Log. By taking the log of both sides, we say log of a raised to the power n x base 10 is equals to log of n base 10. What do you mean? I'm taking the common log of both sides. Common log being what? Log of base 10 is what we call common log. Taking common log of both sides means from indices, I'm handing over to what? Logarithm. You know that indices and logarithm are brother and sister. They hand over to each other based on a situation whereby indices cannot continue anymore. It will hand it over to what? Logarithm to take the whole people to the promised land. If the logarithm cannot continue anymore, it will hand it over to what? Indices to take them to promised land. And at this point, I'm assuming that indices cannot continue anymore. I'm now taking common log of both sides for the logarithm to take them to the what? Promised land. Then looking at it, according to the law, this is something as x log of what? A base what? 10 equals to log n base what? 10. And making x subject of formula, I will have that log of what? N base what? 10 divided by log of what? A base what? 10. Which simply means log of what? N base what? A. This simply means log n base what? A. Which means that x is equals to log of any base what a, which you can translate into what indices by saying that what a raised to power x is equals to what n. I think we'll get it right now. So now this is what happened here. So when I said this raised to power 2 is equals to this, meaning a logarithm is a what? A base. What base will raise to power that will give me what? This. That's what logarithm is all about. So let's go on what we are doing. So I can claim this. Let's claim this. We have observed it. Let's claim it. Then now we'll move by saying that this is something as x raised to power 2 all over 1 and is equals to 8x minus 3 all over what? 4. Nobody's confused. Then cross multiplication. I can now say that what? 4x raised to power 2 is equals to 8x minus what? 3. You get me right? 4x raised to power 2 equals to 8 minus 3. Then now collecting the like term. What do you mean by what? Getting it to the what quadratic equation form, because I form quadratic here. I'm going to arrange it in the quadratic equation what format, which give me x squared. Taking this one over here become minus what 8x. Taking this one over here become plus what 3, and what remain here is 0. This come over here become minus what 8x. This one come over here become plus 8x, and all equals to what? 0. I have bring this into what? Quadratic equation format. I think you get me right. Now, the next thing I'm going to ask, I'm going to factorize. And what's my factor? I will now say the first one 4, which is a, this is 4, times what? 3. What I mean, let me come again. I said 4x squared, which is the first term, times what? 3. What does it give me? It gives me 12x squared. I'm using factorization. That's what I mean by what? Factorization. By factorization. That's what I'm doing. I want to factorize. Then now, the first thing I will do is taking this 4x squared to times what? Plus 3. And that gives me 12x squared. The next thing I will ask myself, what will I multiply together? What two terms? Two terms that I will multiply together that will give me what? 12x squared. When I add the same these two terms together, it will give me what? Minus 8. What two terms that I will multiply together that will give me what? 12x squared. When I add the same that two terms together, it will give me minus what? 8. I'm coming again. I use this 4x squared to multiply the constant, which is what? C, which is plus 3. And it gave me this. That's my range. I'll now ask myself the two terms that I will multiply together that will give me this. What that two terms we said is what? I can now say that is what? 2 minus 2x times minus 6x will give me 12x squared. I think you agree with me. The same these people, minus 2x plus minus 6x is the same thing as what? Minus 2x minus 6 what? X is equals to minus 8x. What does this mean? I'm owing 2x. I'm owing another 6x. Total of what I'm owing is what? 8x. That's what I'm owing 2x. I'm owing again minus, I'm owing again 6x. Total of what I'm owing is what? 8x. And this means that I can use this to replace, minus 8x in this equation. I can use this to replace what? Minus 8x. Look at it. I can use this to replace him over that equation. And this implies that 4x squared minus what? 8 minus 2x minus 6x and then what? Plus 3 is equals to 0. You follow what I'm doing? Look at it. I'm using this to replace the minus 8x. And this plus this will give me minus 8x. And I didn't change anything in this equation. So can we move ahead? Then I can now have that 4x squared minus 2x in brackets I'm sharing it now. Before, I couldn't be able to share this before because they are 3 terms. Look at it. I couldn't be able to share this 3 terms before because they are 3 terms. 1, 2, 3. 3 terms. I can't be able to share them because they are 3 terms. Then that leads me to what? Get the factor, which we call factorization. And I said by factorization, I did what I did, and I find out that I can use minus 2 minus x, 6x to replace this man according to what we are doing. And when I replace it, what happened? They are now 4 in number. Look at it, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can now what? Share them into 2, right? And that's what I did now. This 6, and I have minus inside 6x plus what? 3 minus what? 3 close equals to 0. You remember what I said? The sign that is in first bracket must be the sign in the second bracket. Don't make such a mistake any time you are doing what? Factorization. The first sign, the sign in the first bracket, which I see now minus here, must be minus here. I said it in the other subsequent what we have solved before. So now, since minus is here, minus will be in this what? Bracket. And I'll have, if you open this bracket now, minus times this 6x will give me minus 6x. Minus times this minus will give me plus 3. Have you seen it? If you put plus here, if you say minus times this will give me minus 6x, and minus times plus will give me minus 3, which affected the what? Equation. If I open this bracket, it will give me back to this. Then what is common here? 2x can divide this man. 2x can divide this man. Therefore, 2x is common here. 2x. And I will have, when 2x divide this man, I will have 2x inside. I get what I'm saying? This is 2 divide this will give me what? 2. 2x goes into this will give me x. Minus 2x divide himself will leave me with 1. 2x divide himself will leave me with 1. And if you open this bracket, 2x times 2x will give me 4x squared. 2x times minus what? 1 will give me minus 2x, which is back to what we had before. Minus, what is common here? 3. 3 can divide itself. 3 can divide what? 6. I'll have what? 3. And when 3 divides 6, will give me 2x. And when 3 divides itself, will give me 1. And they are all equals to what? 0. You now see what is here is what is here. I can now say 2x, which is this. Then minus what? 3. I close the bracket into what? 2x minus what? 1, all equals to what? 0. Then this will now give me that what? That for these two things to multiply themselves, an answer is 0. This and this multiplying themselves, an answer is 0. Maybe you are the 0, because for two things to multiply themselves, an answer, and the answer becomes 0, meaning that one of them must be what? 0. Either this man is 0 or this man is what? 0. Because anything multiplied by 0 is 0. Therefore, this man to multiply this means that either this man is 0, I have 2x minus what? 3. You are the 0. Therefore, I can now have that 2x is equals to what? 3. Therefore, x is equals to what? 3 over what? 2. Or, I cannot say that you, this person, you are the 0 that caused the problem. Minus 1 is equals to what? 0. Therefore, I will have what? That what? 2x is equals to 1. How do I get 1? This crossing over here become 1. Looking at here, this one crossing over here become what? 3. And I will have what? X equals to what? 1 divided by what? 2. How do I get 1 divided by 2? Divide 2 by 1. This will leave me with x. This will leave me 1 over 2. Divide 2 by 3. This will divide 2 by 2. This one will leave me with what? X. This one will give me with 3 over 2. Therefore, what I'm having now, can I clean here for us to clear ourselves? I can clean here to complete it. Therefore, what we are seeing now is that what? The value of x is equals to, what I have here is what? 3 over what? 2. Or what I have 1 over what? 2. Then let's just check. We have to check. Let's check whether what we have done is a what? Correct? We are checking. Let's check now. Go back to the equation. What's the equation? The equation says log of what? 8x minus 3 base what? X is minus, what they have here? We have what? Log of what? 4 base what? X, and is equals to what? 2. Let's see whether when we put the value here, will it give us what? 2. Well, look at it. We are putting now. We put, what's it? X. When we put x to the 1 over 2, 1 over 2, x times 1 over 2 will give me what? 4, right? Minus 3. Are you getting what I'm talking about? If I take this x, I'm substituting 1 over 2. Let me start it from 1 over 2. 1 over 2 put for the x. 8 times 1 over 2 means half of 8, which is what? 4. Then I have 1 over 2 here. Are you getting as the base? Minus. Then this becomes 4 over what? 1 over 2. Let's see. Can I clear here? We are checking our what? Results. We are checking our results. This is not among what they say we should do, but we are checking the results. We have already finished. The answer is this, and we are through with this. Look at our answer. What we are doing now here is to confirm our result, to know whether it's what correct or not. What we call check. We are checking our result. It's not among the question they ask us. They say we should solve this and get the value of x. But this checking is for us to confirm whether we have gotten it right or not and mark ourselves in the example. Then looking at it, putting this now, I will have that this become log, this minus it give me log 1. This same thing as well, 2 raised to power minus 1. Are you getting what I'm saying now? This log 4 minus 1 will give me log what? 1. And this give me what? Half of this give me what? 2 base 1. Are you getting what I'm saying now? Then now, I will have again, this minus, this one will give me log 2 raised to power 2, which is same thing as 4. This give me 2 raised to power minus 1. And this you see here is same thing as log, this is same thing as log 1 base 2 divided by minus 1. And this minus is same thing as 2 log 2 base what? 2 divided by what? Minus what? 1. Somebody will say, how did I get this? The logarithm law, the law of logarithm, which said that if we have this n and we have a raised to power what? M, that this is something as log of n and the base a divided by what? M. You get me right? This is a basis raised to power. Example, if I have now that I have log 8 base what? 4. I can write it as what? Log 2 raised to power 3 base what? 2 raised to power 2. Are you getting what I'm saying? And this can be what? 3 log 2 divided by what? Log 2 base 2 divided by 2. Do you agree with me? And this will land me to what? Log 2 base 2 will give me 1, and that give me 3 into what? 1 divided by 2. Log 2 base 2 will give me what? 1. 3 times 1 will give me what? 3 over 2. I've solved this using this what? Law. Are you get what I'm saying? So watch it alright, watch it clear. I've solved that using my what? That law. Then now, if I look at this, this is 2, this is what? 1, and this is 3, and this is equals to 3 over what? 2, and you get what I'm talking about here. Then now, going back to this, what we are doing, log 1 base 2, you remember, log 1 base 2, log 1 to any base is what? 0. That means what I have here is what? 0. 0 divided by minus 1 is 0. Here now will give me log 2 base 2 will give me 1, which will give me 2 into what? 1 divided by minus 1, and that will give me minus 2 divided by minus 1, and answer is what? 2. That means this give me 2, right? And everything I've solved now give me 2. You remember? So what happen is that what? While we have checked it, we see that when we are putting this value in that equation, it gives us what? 2. Means that what? The correct, that's 1 over 2 is correct answer. Can also check, you can as well check when it is what? 3. Can I do that here? If time permits us, can I? Look at it here. Just brief. You cannot complete it by yourself. I have log, this will be what? 8 times what? 3 over 2 minus what? 3. That's what we have. Base what? We have it at base x minus log 4 base what? 3 over 2. If you do that, 8 times this will give me what? 12. That means this times this will give me what? Log 12 base x minus 3. There is log 12 minus 3. This is what we have here. And the minus log 2 raised to the power 2, 3 over 2. And this is 3 over 2. You remember? This is 3 over 2. 3 over 2 as our x. Here is what? 3 over 2 of our x. Then looking at this, can I clean here? If I clean here, then to complete it, for you to see that it's correct, then this minus this will give me log, this will give me log 9, right? Base what? 3 over 2. Minus log, which is give me 2 log 2, 3 over 2. And this will land me to the same thing as what? Log 9 will give me 3. Log 9 is 3 raised to the power 2, which will give me 2 into log 3 base 3 over 2 minus 2 log 2 base 3 over 2. And what is common over here? 2 is common. I bring it out. I have 2 into log 3 base what? 3 over 2 minus log 3 log 2 or base 3 over 2, then which is the same thing as 2 into log 3 base 3 over 2 divided by log 3 log 2 base 3 over 2, which will kill himself, leaving me with 1, and answer become what? 2. So you see that when you put it, it will give you what? 2 because of our time. This will give us what? 2 when you check it. So the main question they give us, look at the answer. What we are doing here is not among the questions they ask us, but rather we are checking, confirming our answer that these two answers is what? The same, which is correct to the question. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing to your friends, and thank you for commenting. See you in the next video. Thank you.